Hi guys, welcome back. In this video I'm out and about again with the CZ457 22LR. Now for those of you who've seen my last video, you'd know that one of my subscribers, Paul Jennings, very kindly sent me down his Wulf 4K day and night digital scope to try out, because at the moment he's unable to get out and try it himself. So he very kindly sent it down for me to have a play with and give him my thoughts and opinions and what I think about it. So this isn't going to be like a full-blown product review on the scope. At the end of the video I will give you my thoughts and opinions about the scope, things I like and possibly things that I dislike about it. But I've got it sighted in for 50 yards using my usual ammo, which are the CCI Subsonics 40 grain. But yeah, I'm just going to have a wander around now and hopefully knock over a rabbit or two just before it starts getting dark. And then when it comes to the nighttime session, I'm going to be using my own TX38 optic fire IR torch. But I'm also going to use the one supplied with the scope just to see if there's any difference. Maybe one works better than the other. So that's pretty much it, guys. Like I say, I'll give you my thoughts and opinions about the scope at the end of the video. But for now, it's time to have a wander around and knock over a few bunnies. Well, that fox that I just had, I actually watched him walk up the hedgerow towards me. He started off about 80-90 yards away, but the hedgerow sort of weaves in and out. So 1 minute I could see him, then I couldn't. But I did notice that he was limping. And when he did finally present himself with a shot, he was only about 25 yards away, which is why the picture was a little bit out of focus. I didn't get a chance to focus it properly. It was literally a snapshot. But now I've come down to have a look at him. As you can see, his eye's not in the best of health. There's a shot placement right between his eyes. Moving back to his back leg, absolutely frozen in place. So that's obviously what he was limping on when you compare the other one that moves nicely in the joint. But I've done the poor old boy a bit of a favour, really. He was obviously suffering, but the farmer's going to be happy. So, but yeah, another one to get rid of. I shall leave that down in the farmyard so the farmer can see it and carry on having a wander around. Well, I just set up in the corner of the field, just waiting for some rabbits to come out, so I could try out the IR that come with the scope. And I was scanning around the fields and with a thermal spotter and spotted this little vixen walking up towards me in the long grass. So by the time I got on it with the scope, she was almost going to disappear into the hedge. So it was a bit of a quick shot, but nonetheless, another fox down. So happy days. Okay, so I've had a few trips out and about with the scope itself. I'm just going to give you my thoughts and opinions on it. Like I say, it's not a full product review or anything like that. But what I like about the scope is the fact it's nice compact size. It fits really well on the rimfire. It's not heavy or anything like that. The 4K camera is very, very good. It doesn't record the crosshairs though, if that's what you're hoping. You have to drop it down to the 1080p if you want to see crosshair footage in it. The twilight mode actually is very good. Not quite as good as the Alpex by any means, but yeah, it is still very good. Going on to night vision, the torch that comes supplied with this, if you're buying it as a kit, yeah, it's very good actually. If you're using it for ratting or rabbiting, you're not going to be disappointed with it. If you're going to want to use it for foxing out to say a couple hundred yards at night or whatever, I would suggest using the or a different IR basically. Excuse me. The TX38 that I was using on there, yeah, it was reaching out to the 200 yard mark. The one that comes supplied with this, not quite as much. You could see, but not as good. So I definitely would recommend upgrading the IR. The buttons on top, very, very simple to use. You've got the power button, video and record, and changing it over to day mode or night mode. and then you've got the little turret there for focusing or zooming in and out. So you don't really need anything else on there, to be perfectly honest. One thing to bear in mind, it doesn't have a standby mode, it's literally on or off, which is a bit of a shame really. But you do get a good battery life out of it. I think something like 10 hours, something like that, 8 to 10 hours, so more than enough for a night shooting. Personally, I was just turning it off and having a wander around, and when I was getting close to my quarry I was just turning it back on again, just to help save the battery life. But to leave it on all night as you're walking around, if you're doing a good session, you wouldn't have any problems with the battery running out. The menu system is really good. I was surprised quite how much there was on there actually. It's got the ballistic calculator on it, like the ATN. What I do like on here is you've got the option of doing slow-mo shots, as you saw in the footage. I really do like that actually. The only thing is it doesn't record the sound when you do the slow-mo, but you know, it's the actual footage that you want to see. But yeah, it doesn't have a freeze frame option when it comes to zeroing it in, which is a bit of a shame. Not that it was a problem with the 2.2 or anything like that, but yeah, it would be nice if it had that option. The front objective focus ring, very smooth. You ain't got to worry about putting a fishing coaster on it or anything like that. But the only thing I found at night, it's oversensitive. You've literally just got to basically turn it ever so slightly just to try and get an image nice and crisp. They've sort of like overdone it, if you know what I mean. Instead of having like a little bit more round, it's not. It is literally sort of like blink and you've gone too far. Like I say, they've overdone it with that. But probably the biggest criticism I'd say about the scope is probably the focus ring on the front actually. Never thought I'd actually say that about scope being too sensitive. But yeah, that's what I found with that one. But the overall performance of the scope, I really do like it. Yeah, I'd definitely buy one. Someone's bound to ask me, is it better than the Alpex? No, I don't think so. But it's not a million miles behind it. If you're looking at, if you could get one of these that's like pre-owned, like I think these are about 800 quid, half price. If you could get one pre-owned, you certainly wouldn't be disappointed with it by any means. But if it meant buying one of these new or an Alpex new, I would go for the Alpex personally. Personal preference. But no, if someone gave me that, I certainly wouldn't be disappointed with it, and I would definitely use it. But yeah, it is a great little scope, I must be honest. Just a couple of little niggles with it, but what scope hasn't got issues with it? You know, there's always good things, bad things, no matter what scope you try out, really. But yeah, so I just want to say a massive thank you, Paul. Hope you enjoyed this video as well. I really do appreciate you sending this out to me to try out. I'm going to get this all boxed up and sent back to you very soon. I'll be in touch with you on that one. But yeah, no, it was a great pleasure. I do appreciate Paul sending it out to me to try his own personal scope. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. If this is something that you're interested in, then yeah, I would recommend buying one. I really do like it. Like I say, it's got stuff on there that the Alpex hasn't, but yeah, overall performance of the scope, I wasn't disappointed at all. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one.